Welcome back, guys. Spent $23 here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the counters to the elixir pump. It can be quite frustrating when people get an elixir advantage over you. And we're going to take a look at some of the ways, good or bad, that people use to take out the elixir pump. You can see here from the stats, by the way, you get 7 elixir back from the 5 you've invested. So it does put people 2 elixir ahead. Sometimes that can be all the difference if they want to lay expensive stuff like 3 Musketeers or the Giant Pecker. Sorry about the room, by the way. I'm just fidgeting around in here. No green screen today. You can see my telescope, though. So, guys, the worst way, I think, is using the rocket, especially because the rocket, sometimes you can actually miss hitting the towers as well. The rocket doesn't seem to be very forgiving, and it's very rare anybody's going to drop a whole load of troops around their elixir pump. Apart from this guy, who, whilst I was trying to demonstrate how rubbish the rocket was, surrounded his pump with all his troops, and I took them all down. But I still put that at the bottom of the list of ways to take down an elixir pump. But people do it, but it's still not the best. Now, lightning, you can see there, look, guys, this guy here dropped an elixir pump and a sparky, and as soon as a sparky travels through the gap, you can get the sparky almost down to 0 health. So lightning is not that bad. Not many people use it. It is expensive, costs as much as the rocket, but I think it's more forgiving. If you try and do it to attack other troops, though, be careful if it's archers or barbarians. They will, especially if it's barbarians, you'll still end up with 3 barbarians to deal with, and it's cost you 6 elixir. Much better if it's going to be something like barbarians or minions if you're going to use the fireball. Fireball, I think, is definitely a better option than the lightning, unless you get extremely lucky with what troops get dropped. Here we go. I'm being attacked here by a Sparky. And what I decided to do was use a Goblin Barrel. Now, a Goblin Barrel, if you know that they've not got anything ready to defeat your Goblin Barrel like a Zap, Goblin Barrel will make mincemeat of an elixir pump. And there you go. You see, he's not managed to take down my goblins. Got rid of that. Very, very cheap. Now, especially now that the Goblin Barrel is so cheap. It's a great way to get rid of elixir pumps, but it's not very reliable. This is another way. Send a Goblin Barrel and a Fireball. Fireball does damage to the Ice Wizard. It's always useful to get an Ice Wizard down to almost no health. And you can then do a counterattack like this one. Goblin, Fireball. That combo does work very often, apart from when somebody's using a Zap defense. You've got to make sure that somebody's already spent their Zap. But it's great if somebody tries to use Barbarians. A lot of people do use Barbarians to try and defend against the attack on the Elixir Pump, especially like this. One of the most popular ways to take down Elixir Pump is using the Mole, the Miner. People try and defend that in all kinds of ways, but usually it'll be with minions, it'll be with the Zap just to slow it down, or it will be with Barbarians. I say for that, Fireball is king. If you can get the Barbarians and the pump and the tower zapped with the Fireball at the same time, that's why I love the Fireball. That's what I pack with this particular deck, and I'm going to try and swap out one of my cards right now, and I'm going to try and put an Elixir Pump in and see if I can get away with it. If you look at that, look, you can do a counter attack. It's always best if you can to try and attack at the same time as taking out a pump, because that distraction there allowed me to get very close to that tower. Tower's down to 704, and I've left this playing actually, guys, because I was almost back to full elixir by the time those barbarians got to my side and the balloon. He did have a freeze spell, but I was easily able to deal with this. Sometimes you can be left very, very vulnerable to a counterattack if you do use the wrong things, or if you go too early versus the elixir pump. It's always better just to leave it there rather than overextend yourself. And if the elixir pump's sort of halfway down, don't even bother taking it down. The amount of troops it's going to take you to wipe it out, it's just not worth the trade. Here we go. This is Joker versus me, and I was actually trying, what was I trying to do here? I think I was trying to take out his elixir pump using, oh, here you go, this is the number one way. I forgot what the number one way was. The number one way to counter the elixir pump is to use your own elixir pump. If you use your own elixir pump, then you don't have any worries about going and taking out the other person's elixir pump, and so you don't have to actually send any troops over there. Now, guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put elixir pump into my deck now, and we're going to go and see if I can actually use it or defend it against any of these crazy guys. Right, here we go, guys. So I have swapped out. What did I can't even remember what I swapped out. I just grabbed it. Oh, I've swapped out my Fireball for an Elixir Pump. So I've been hanging around at just around Legends. In fact, I think I just dropped below it whilst I was making this video, trying to use rockets against people. I don't want to use a rocket. I think I did. I think I dropped just below. There you go, 2981. What, I've been demoted. I'm down in Arena 8. Okay, so I'm going to have to use this now. I'm going to have to try and get myself re-promoted using an Elixir Pump. See if this works out. Oh, best just do some donations. Bloody hell. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's try this. It's got to be a win. I'm only going to do this once. I'm not going to try this again. Putting an elixir pump in this. It's always difficult when you're doing it for the very first time, putting something in that you're not used to using. Should we drop this pump straight away? Might as well. Might be our only opportunity. Let's see if he tries to counter my elixir pump. Oh, no, he's going to send a giant. I am ready. I do have a zap as one of my starting cards, so if he did try and drop anything on my pump, such as a Goblin barrel, I could deal with that. Plenty of time waiting for his giant to walk over. I'll delay as long as I can. Let his giant get as close to me as... Oh, look at that. He's going to send... Oh my god, he's sending the lumberjack. That's insane. I have a lumberjack as well to deal with his lumberjack. Oh, he's got a fireball. He's killed my witch. Okay, this is kind of bad. Not the worst, but kind of bad. Okay, now I feel like I'm in a slight bit of trouble. I'm going to have to counter this. Put the pressure on. Oh, guy sent my miner too early. I would have sent my miner after his princess, but I was too late. We have done a little bit of damage to his tower here. Not quite. Is it a trade? I think we've got a trade here. I think we got a trade. Oh, so close. Okay, I'm happy with that. Kind of happy. Shall I drop another pump? Let's just keep the pumps coming. Keep on the pumps coming. So I'm going to drop my Valk as close as I can. Hopefully she's going to get both. She is. She's going to take the giant and the princess. Now, I don't think I can stop this giant. Is he going to get enough hits off to take this tower? He's poisoned my king tower, so he's assuming he's going to take it down. Okay, let's go in for the counter again. No messing around. Now, I'm actually going to send everyone here. I think I'm going to try and 3-crown him. I am ready for 3-crowning. He's just used his poison, and he's just used his zap, so it's probably worth me sending my minions. Here they go. If I can get my miner in quick enough. Yes, here goes the miner. I think he's in trouble. He's lost. He's lost. He's not got his zap or his zap. Yes! Boom! Okay, that was a hammering. We did him. We did him with the elixir pump. Did the elixir pump help me there? I don't know if it felt any easier. It did allow me to sit back a little bit whilst he was sending his giant. Normally you feel under pressure to actually send something. Elixir pump does allow you to buy a little bit of time, invest some of your elixir, and wait for them to come to you. So I don't know, maybe I'll start using it. Oh, we've been promoted! Yes! Okay, guys, I'm going to push a little bit more. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to hit me a like. Let me know in the comments. If you're using an elixir pump, I want to know what deck you're using, because I'm kind of struggling to find a deck where I really like using the elixir pump. Too many people have got the mole! Do you guys like the mole? Anyway, guys, until the next time, you guys take care. Send everyone! By the way, do you like my telescope?